Hello everybody. So in this video let's have a look at how a basic, graphical user interface works. So think of a UI, a graphical user interface, as your digital window into the world of software where you interact with your computer. First in line we have input. This is where the user comes into play. You interact with the graphical user interface using devices like your mouse, keyboard, or even a touch screen. You click, swipe, or tap to communicate with the software. Now, as you interact, the GUI becomes a bit like a detective. It plays identification. It figures out what kind of input it just received. Was it a click, or is it a keystroke, or is it touch? So it's like recognizing the different clues you give to it. So once UI has cracked the case and identified the input, it moves on to processing. This is where the real action happens. The UI takes the identified input and it executes the appropriate command or action. So it's like, following your instructions. Now UI has done its job and it's time for the output. This is where UI shows you the results of your interaction. It could be something as simple as, a word appearing on the screen after you have typed it, or a new window popping up when you click a button. So, in a nutshell, a basic UI is like a friendly middleman between you and the computer. So, it takes your input, figures out what you want to do, okay? It puts it in an event loop. So, once the event is identified, event is nothing but your swipe, click, type, or tap to communicate with the software. Then it makes things happen and then shows you the result. So it's all about making technology more accessible and user friendly. And that's the beauty of UI interfaces. They bridge the gap between the humans and the machines, allowing us to interact with the technology in a way that's intuitive and convenient. So, this was a basic working of a user interface. Any user interface, any graphical user interface will have an input. First step is it receives the input, next step it identifies it, and then it processes it where it has the event loop, a thread running, and once it is processed, that command, so it does the action. Next is the action, that is your output.